Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life is all about direction. You can't just wake up every day and expect things to fall into place. You've got to have a goal, a vision, something that drives you to get out of bed every morning with purpose. But it's not just about setting a goal, it's about setting the right kind of goal. One that challenges you, inspires you, and pushes you to become the best version of yourself. You see, success isn't given to you, it's earned day by day with hard work, sacrifice, and determination. But how do you get there? How do you set a goal that will truly lead you to success? Well, let me give you some advice. Follow these steps and you'll see what you're capable of. When you think about success, the first thing you need to do is look inward. The most important thing you'll ever need to succeed is belief in yourself. If you don't have that, nothing else matters. You could have the best plans, the best resources, the best opportunities, but without believing that you're capable, those things won't make a difference. Belief is the foundation of everything you'll do. It's what will carry you through the tough times, the moments when you want to quit or when the world around you tells you that you can't. Trusting in your own abilities is the spark that will ignite your passion and drive. It's about knowing deep down that you have what it takes to make things happen, even when it feels like the odds are against you. Too many people spend their lives doubting themselves, letting fear or insecurity hold them back. They listen to the voices in their heads or the criticisms from others, and that's all they hear. But the truth is, no one else's opinion matters as much as your own belief in you. Once you truly believe in yourself, nothing can stop you from pushing forward and achieving what you set out to do. Confidence isn't something that just happens overnight. It's built little by little through the actions you take, the risks you're willing to face, and the trust you put in your own judgment. You see, the moment you believe in yourself, you begin to move different. You take action with conviction, you handle setbacks with resilience, and you keep your eye on the prize even when the road gets tough. Your self-belief becomes a magnetic force that attracts opportunities. Because when you believe in yourself, others start to believe in you too. It's contagious. So don't wait for someone else to give you permission to succeed. Don't wait for validation from the outside world. It starts with you. Believe in your potential, in your power to create change, and in your ability to rise above any challenge. That belief will be the fuel that keeps you going, even when the journey feels long or the obstacles seem too big to overcome. Because with belief in yourself, you've already won half the battle. Setting a goal isn't enough. You have to define it clearly. Too many people set vague intentions like I want to be successful or I want to be happy. But these are just wishful thoughts, not real, actionable goals. If you don't know exactly what you're aiming for, how can you ever expect to hit the target? A clear goal gives you direction, focus, and a sense of purpose. It tells you where to go, how to get there, and why it matters. The key here is to get specific. Break it down into concrete, measurable steps. Instead of just saying, I want to be successful, ask yourself, what does success look like for me? Does it mean financial independence? Does it mean reaching a particular position in your career? Or maybe it's about making a difference in your community or mastering a new skill. The clearer you can define what success means for you, the easier it becomes to lay out a plan of action. Without a clear goal, you're essentially navigating life. You might have good intentions, but you'll waste a lot of time and energy spinning your wheels, going in circles, and never making real progress. When you define your goal clearly, you are giving yourself a roadmap. You know the steps to take, the resources you need, and the time you have to achieve it. It creates a sense of urgency, a sense of accountability. You can now measure progress and know exactly where you stand on your journey. Clear goals also help you prioritize. Life is full of distractions, temptations, and obstacles. But when you know what you're working toward, it becomes easier to say no to things that don't align with your vision. It helps you stay on track and keep your focus sharp. You'll stop wasting time on things that aren't contributing to your success, and instead, you'll channel your energy into the activities that move you closer to where you want to be. So take a step back and get real about what you want. Write it down. Break it into smaller, achievable milestones. Don't just dream about it. Create a clear and actionable path to make it happen. This clarity will give you the power to push through the difficult moments because you'll always have a clear reminder of why you started and where you're headed. When you define your goal with precision, you not only set yourself up for success, you create a roadmap that will keep you motivated and on course every single day. Setting a deadline is not just a suggestion, it's essential. A goal without a deadline is just a wish, and wishes don't get results. You need to give yourself a sense of urgency, a clear time frame in which to accomplish what you've set out to do. A deadline doesn't just mark the end of the road, it pushes you to stay focused and disciplined. It forces you to work efficiently and gives your efforts a sense of purpose. Without it, you risk procrastination, aimlessness, and ultimately failure. When you set a deadline, you're creating a sense of accountability. You're not leaving your goal open-ended or letting it slip into the distant future. You're saying, I am going to do this by this date, and then you hold yourself to it. If you have no deadline, you'll continue to push your goals further and further into. Deadlines also help you break down your larger goal into smaller, manageable tasks. With each deadline you set, you create a checkpoint that allows you to measure your progress. If you're not hitting those mini deadlines, you can see where you need to adjust and get back on track. This helps you avoid feeling overwhelmed by the sheer size of the goal because you know exactly what needs to be done. And when, it's like creating stepping stones in a river, allowing you to keep moving forward one stone at a time. Deadlines also pushes you to make decisions and take action. It's easy to get caught up in the planning and thinking stages, but a deadline forces you to stop overthinking and start doing. There's a clear finish line in sight, and that pushes you to stay committed and take consistent steps toward your goal. The closer you get to that deadline, the more it becomes real, and you'll find yourself motivated to finish what you started. But remember, deadlines are not just about setting them and hoping for the best. They're about managing your time effectively. You've got to plan and be realistic. Give yourself enough time to do the work, but also keep the deadline tight enough to maintain that sense of urgency. A deadline should challenge you, not overwhelm you. It should be a tool that drives you to stay disciplined, to keep pushing when things get tough, and to finish strong. When you commit to a deadline, you're showing yourself that you are serious. You're telling yourself and the world that you are not waiting for the right moment to come. You are making that moment happen. You are taking full ownership of your success, and that deadline will be the pressure that fuels your progress. It's the finish line that keeps you moving forward, even when the road gets hard, because you know exactly when you'll cross it. Failure is not something to be afraid of, it's something to embrace. Too many people fear failure so much that they never take the risks needed to succeed. They try to protect themselves from falling short, but in doing so, they deny themselves the very lessons that will make them stronger and more capable. The truth is, failure isn't the enemy, it's a part of the process. It's a teacher, a guide, a stepping stone that helps you grow and evolve on your journey to success. If you're not failing at something, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You're not testing your limits. Success doesn't come from playing it safe or sticking with what you know. You have to step outside your comfort zone. And when you do that, failure will show up. But that's not a sign to quit or give up. It's a sign that you're moving in the right direction. Failure forces you to take a hard look at yourself, your methods, and your mindset. It asks you to reflect and reevaluate, to adjust your approach. Instead of seeing failure as a defeat, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Every failure teaches you something. Maybe it teaches you what doesn't work, or maybe it shows you areas where you need to improve. But what it always does is bring you one step closer to success, because you'll never make the same mistake twice. You learn, you adapt, and you move forward stronger than before. There's no such thing as a straight path to success. It's a journey full of twists, turns, and bumps along the way. Those bumps are failures, and they're necessary. They show you where your weaknesses lie and where you need to put in more work. but they also give you the resilience to keep going. Every time you fail, you build mental toughness and persistence. You develop a mindset that doesn't quit, a mindset that says, I will find a way no matter what. Look at the greatest achievers in any field. None of them got there without experiencing failure. In fact, most of them experienced failure far more than they succeeded at first. What separated them from others wasn't their ability to avoid failure, but their willingness to embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to keep pushing forward. They didn't let a setback define them. They used it as motivation to work harder and smarter. When you embrace failure, you take the power back. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as someone who's capable of overcoming anything. You'll learn to see failure not as a reflection of your abilities, but as part of the journey, a necessary part of the process that's going to shape you into the person you need to be to achieve your goal. So the next time you fail, don't be discouraged. Don't let it define you. Let it teach you. Let it push you. Let it remind you that you are in the process of becoming better, stronger, and more equipped to reach your goal. Failure is not the end, it's just another chapter in the story of your success. When it comes to achieving your goals, talent and intelligence are important, but they'll only get you so far. What will truly set you apart from the rest is your work ethic. It's the grit, the determination, and the sheer willingness to put in the hours that others won't. It's about making a commitment to yourself that you're going to outwork everyone else. Hard work is the secret weapon that turns dreams into reality, and it's the one thing you have total control over. While others are waiting for the perfect opportunity, the right moment, or the perfect conditions, you should be busy working, because work creates those opportunities. You see, success doesn't just happen. It's earned piece by piece, day by day, through consistent effort. While others may coast or take shortcuts, you're the one who's putting in the time when no one's watching. When people sleep, you're up grinding. When they're out partying, you're in the lab, whether that's in your office, your workout room, or wherever it is you need to be to improve. This is where real progress is made. It's in the moments when you push past your comfort zone, when you refuse to stop, even when the work feels hard or the results aren't immediate. That's where growth happens. There will always be someone with more natural talent, more resources, or a head start, but they can't outwork you. If you outwork them, you will outlast them. And that's the difference between those who dream of success and those who actually achieve it. There will be moments when you're tired, when you feel like you can't give any more. That's when you need to dig deeper. That's when you need to push harder than anyone else is willing to. Because it's in those moments of exhaustion and doubt that your true strength is revealed. Don't get me wrong, working harder doesn't mean working recklessly or burning yourself out. It's about being focused, being efficient, and being relentless. It means going above and beyond, putting in the extra effort, and continually looking for ways to improve. You must be willing to sacrifice the immediate comfort of rest or ease for the long-term reward of success. Every hour spent working, every sacrifice made is an investment in your future. Hard work is also about consistency. It's not about working hard for a week or a month and then expecting results. No, you need to make hard work a habit. Every day you need to show up with the same level of intensity, the same dedication, the same determination as you did on day one. It's the compound effect. Small actions taken consistently over time that lead to massive results. And here's the thing, when you work harder than everyone else, you set yourself apart. You begin to stand out. Your commitment to excellence becomes your reputation. People start to take notice because hard work doesn't go unnoticed. It leaves an impression. You don't have to tell anyone how hard you're working. They'll see it in the results you produce. The way you carry yourself, the way you achieve things, it speaks louder than words ever could. You'll get to a point where your hard work becomes second nature, and you'll see the benefits stacking up. Doors will open that you didn't expect. Opportunities will come your way, and you'll start to realize that your dedication is the reason for your success. The harder you work, the more the world around you will bend to your will. It's the difference between being just another person with dreams and being the person who turns those dreams into their reality. So when you think about success, Think about the work it takes to get there. Think about how much harder you can push, how much further you can go. Don't let the world settle for mediocrity when you're capable of greatness. Work harder than anyone else, and you'll see that the finish line is not as far as you once thought. Surrounding yourself with positivity isn't just a feel-good concept, it's a necessity for your success. The people you spend time with have a massive influence on your mindset, your energy, and ultimately your outcomes. Think about it. Negativity is draining. If you're constantly surrounded by people who doubt your abilities, who complain about their circumstances, or who bring you down with their pessimism, it's going to be incredibly hard to stay focused on your goals and keep your motivation high. On the other hand, positive people lift you up. They challenge you to be better. They support you in your journey, and they believe in your potential, even when you have doubts. Positive people bring a mindset of possibility. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, not as obstacles that can't be overcome. When you're surrounded by that kind of energy, it starts to rub off on you. You begin to approach your own challenges with a similar mindset, looking for solutions instead of dwelling on problems, staying focused on what you can control instead of what's out of your hand. It helps you to remain optimistic, to push through setbacks, and to see every day as a chance to get closer to your goal. But positivity isn't just about being surrounded by the right people. It's also about the energy you bring into those relationships. You have to contribute positivity yourself. Be the person who encourages others, who brings ideas and solutions, who radiates confidence and motivation. When you do that, you not only benefit from the positivity around you, but you also create an environment where others feel supported, energized, and empowered to achieve their own goals. Positive energy is contagious. It spreads, multiplies, and grows stronger when shared. It's not just about the people, though. It's also about the environment you create. If you're constantly exposed to negative news, toxic social media, or environments that drain your energy, you're making it harder to stay positive. Choose your environment carefully. Find spaces that inspire you, that make you feel good about yourself, and that encourage your personal growth. Whether it's a place to work, the books you read, or the content you consume online, make sure it's aligned with the mindset you want to cultivate. One of the biggest mistakes people make is spending time with people who don't share their vision or who have a different energy. If the people around you don't believe in what you're trying to achieve, or if they're content with mediocrity, that can be a toxic influence. They'll unintentionally drag you down with their doubts, fears, and excuses. That's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who challenge you to reach higher, who see your potential and who push you to grow. These people will celebrate your wins, pick you up when you fall, and be there to remind you that you're capable of achieving everything you set out to do. And this goes beyond just your immediate circle. Look at the mentors, role models, and people you follow. Are they feeding your growth, or are they holding you back with negativity or limited thinking? Seek out those who are living the kind of life you aspire to live, who inspire you, and who bring wisdom into your life. Their influence can be just as powerful as the people physically around you. Remember, positivity doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about maintaining a mindset that refuses to be defeated by challenges. It's about choosing to stay hopeful, focused, and optimistic even when things don't go as planned. When you surround yourself with positivity, you're building a support system that keeps you going, even on the hardest days. You're surrounding yourself with people who are there to lift you up when you need it and to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel when it seems far away. So be intentional about the company you keep and make sure the energy around you fuels your drive. Positive environments and people will keep you motivated, and they'll remind you of your strength and ability every single day. Success is not just about hard work. It's about keeping the right energy and mindset around you to fuel that work and push you forward. Discipline is the backbone of success. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers, the ones who talk about their goals from the ones who actually achieve them. We all have moments when we feel motivated, when the drive to succeed is burning within us. But motivation isn't constant. It fluctuates. There will be days when you don't feel like getting up early, when you'd rather take a break, when distractions feel more appealing than doing the work. That's when discipline kicks in. Discipline is what you fall back on when motivation wanes. It's the commitment to your goals when things get tough or when you'd rather take the easy route. Staying disciplined means making the choice to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's sticking to your plan, following through on your commitments, and not giving in to the urge to quit or procrastinate. It's waking up early to get that workout in, staying late to finish a project, or putting in the extra effort even when no one is watching. Discipline is the muscle you build by consistently making the right choices day after day, even when the temptation to slack off is strong. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but true discipline shows up when things get hard. When life throws obstacles your way, when you're exhausted, when you've had a setback, that's when discipline matters most. It's about sticking to your path, even when the results aren't immediate, and trusting that every small effort you put in now will pay off in the long run. It's the daily, sometimes monotonous work that leads to massive, lasting results. The more you practice discipline, the stronger it becomes. Over time, it becomes a habit, something that doesn't require constant thought or effort. It's just the way you operate. You develop a routine and you stick to it no matter what. Whether it's setting aside time each day to work on your goals, turning off distractions to focus, or holding yourself accountable when you slip up. Discipline creates consistency. Consistency is what leads to mastery, and mastery is what leads to success. Discipline is also about prioritizing your time. It means understanding that not every opportunity or distraction is worth your attention. When you're disciplined, you learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals, to focus on what truly matters, and to make sacrifices where necessary. It's about making your goals a priority and being willing to do the work even when it's hard or inconvenient. Discipline isn't about being rigid or inflexible. It's about developing a strong enough sense of purpose to stay focused and avoid distractions. Another crucial part of discipline is self-control. It's about resisting the urge for instant gratification and understanding that true rewards take time. Discipline teaches you to delay short-term pleasures for long-term success. Whether it's resisting the urge to binge-watch TV, spending money frivolously, or avoiding tasks that are uncomfortable, self-control is the key to staying on track. It's about choosing what's best for your future, even when the present moment feels tempting. Ultimately, discipline leads to freedom. It may sound counterintuitive, but it's true. The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you'll have in the long run. By staying disciplined now, you create the life you want down the road. You put in the work today so that tomorrow's successes and opportunities come easier. You'll be able to live life on your terms because the discipline you've built has opened doors and created a foundation for a future of fulfillment and achievement. Staying disciplined is not always easy, but it's the one thing that guarantees results. It's the quiet force that pushes you to keep going when everything else feels like it's against you. And when you reach your goal, you'll look back and realize that it wasn't just talent or luck that got you there, it was your discipline. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And the moment you stop growing, you begin to stagnate. Whether you've achieved a milestone or reached a goal, that doesn't mean the journey is over. The most successful people aren't the ones who get to a certain point and then settle. No, they're the ones who continue to evolve, learn, and improve every single day. They understand that the pursuit of growth is endless, that there's always something new to learn, always another skill to master, and always a higher level to reach. The world is constantly changing. Technology is advancing, industries are evolving, and new challenges arise every day. If you stop growing, you risk falling behind. The knowledge and skills that made you successful yesterday may not be enough to keep you successful tomorrow. Growth isn't just about reaching a goal, it's about preparing yourself for the next challenge. It's about keeping yourself sharp, adaptable, and ready for whatever life throws at you. Growth doesn't happen on its own. It requires intentional effort. It means stepping outside your comfort zone and trying things that scare you, pushing yourself beyond what you thought you were capable of. It's about seeking out opportunities to learn, whether through formal education, self-study, or hands-on experience. It's understanding that there is always room for improvement, no matter how accomplished you become. The moment you stop challenging yourself is the moment you start losing your edge. This doesn't mean that you have to constantly chase after the next big thing. Growth can happen in many different forms. It might mean deepening your expertise in a particular area, developing your emotional intelligence, or improving your relationships with others. It's about becoming a better version of yourself in every aspect of your life. Personal growth isn't limited to career achievements. It includes your mindset, your health, your relationships, and your character. In order to continue growing, you have to embrace the idea of failure as a tool for improvement. Every mistake, every setback is an opportunity to learn something new. The key is not to let failure stop you, but to let it teach you. Growth often comes through overcoming challenges, and the more challenges you face, the more opportunities you have to grow. If you're not experiencing some form of discomfort or failure along the way, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. One of the most important aspects of growth is being open to feedback. If you want to grow, you need to be willing to listen to others, whether it's a mentor, a colleague, or someone who challenges your way of thinking. Feedback, even if it's difficult to hear, is a tool that can help you see areas where you can improve. Embrace criticism as an opportunity to get better. If you take feedback personally or defensively, you'll miss out on chances to grow. Another key part of growth is learning to adapt. The world doesn't always move at your pace, and sometimes the circumstances change in ways you didn't expect. Growth requires flexibility and a willingness to adjust your plans, methods, or even your goals when necessary. When you can pivot, adapt, and learn new strategies, you stay ahead of the game. It's about being resilient in the face of change, not rigid in your approach. And above all, never forget that growth is a continuous process. There's no final destination where you can say, I've learned everything I need to learn. There's always more to discover, more to understand, and more ways to improve. Whether you're at the top of your field or just starting out, there is always room for growth. The journey is ongoing. And as long as you continue to push yourself, to learn, and to strive for improvement, you'll keep progressing. So keep growing. Don't let complacency creep in. Don't rest on your laurels. Be the person who is always moving forward, always evolving, and always hungry for the next level. When you commit to growth, you commit to becoming the best version of yourself. And that's a journey that will never stop rewarding you. So, as you set out on this journey toward your goals, remember that success isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about the person you become along the way. It's about believing in yourself, defining your goals clearly, setting deadlines, embracing failure, working harder than anyone else, surrounding yourself with positivity, staying disciplined, and never stopping your growth. Each step you take is an investment in your future, and each challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger. The road won't always be easy, but if you stay committed, stay focused, and continue to push forward, success will follow. And when you reach those milestones, remember, it's not the end, it's just the beginning of the next chapter. Keep moving, keep striving, and keep believing that your best is always yet to come. You've got everything it takes to achieve greatness. Keep at it and never stop moving forward. The world is waiting for you to show up and claim what's yours. Keep going. Your future is built with every decision you make today.